Good evening. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Jolly Hoikia Gogoi bringing to you the headlines first. ISRO successfully launches rocket carrying Chandrayaan-3 satellites from Sriharikota. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends Bastille Day parade in Paris. Nagaland Governor holds meeting with head of departments for Newland district upgradation. Justice Ajay Lamba visits and interacts with Manipur relief camp inmates. India-West Indies Test Cricket, India to resume its first innings at the overnight score of 312 for 2. ISRO successfully launched the 642-ton heavy lift rocket LVM-3 carrying Chandrayaan-3 satellites from Sriharikota today. All the 3 stages towards the launch were performed exactly in textbook style. The first stage powered by solid fuel, followed by liquid fuel, and the final being the cryogenic stage. The rocket blasted off exactly at 2:35 hours and 17 seconds from the second launch pad of the Satish Dhawan Space Center. Chandrayaan-3 will travel in an elliptical path to reach the surface of the moon for 30 days. The lander is expected to make a soft landing and the rover will conduct the experiments on the lunar surface. Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, and former chairpersons of ISRO witnessed the launch from the control center, ISRO.
Satellite injection condition is achieved.
अभी पुष्टि की गई चंद्रयान 3 को प्रमोशन की कक्षा प्राप्त कर ली गई है।
Chandrayaan 3 satellite separated.
चंद्रयान 3 को सफलतापूर्वक अंतरिक्ष
and enabling the India's space sector. You would recall Honorable Prime Minister had very recently said, sky is not the limit. And living by his words, I think the Chandrayaan today has gone beyond the limits of sky to discover the unexplored horizons of the universe beyond.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with French President Emmanuel Macron, today witnessed the Bastille Day parade in Paris. Modi attended the parade as the guest of honor. A tri-services Indian Armed Forces contingent participated in the parade, including an Indian Air Force aircraft. It may be mentioned that the French National Day or Bastille Day occupies a special place in French consciousness. This day commemorates the storming of the Bastille prison in 1789 during the French Revolution. Bastille Day parade is the highlight of the Bastille Day celebrations. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi will further hold delegation-level talks with President of France Emmanuel Macron today evening. In another event in France, Modi interacted with the Indian diaspora at a community event last night. Modi said that the world is moving to a new world order and India's role is also steadily changing. He said India is witnessing a major transformation today and the command of this change lies with the citizens of India. Modi also announced that New Delhi and Paris have come to an agreement to use the flagship instant payment system in France. The service will begin from the Eiffel Tower, where Indian tourists can make payments in Indian rupees using a mobile application. Modi further added that India and France are tackling many challenges of the 21st century and that at this crucial time, the importance of this strategic partnership between the two countries has increased even more.
और यही भावना कल हमें नेशनल डे परेड में भी दिखाई देने वाली।
Justice Ujjwal Bhuya and Justice Sarsa Venkata Narayan Bhatti were sworn in as judges of the Supreme Court today. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud administered the oath of justice to Justice Bhuiyan and Justice Bhatti. Justice Bhuiyan previously served as the Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court and Justice Bhatti as the Chief Justice of the Kerala High Court. Nagaland Governor L.A. Ganesan held a meeting with the civil society organizations and head of departments of Newland District at the Deputy Commissioner's Office, Newland, today. Speaking at the meeting, Ganesan said that like any newly created district where there is a lack of infrastructure and other shortcomings, but the government is doing its best in overcoming these shortcomings. He stated that as Newland shares boundaries with various other districts and Assam too, it can be an ideal transport hub and a transit point for all these districts. Meanwhile, President Western Sumi Hoho Shikaho Jimomi submitted a memorandum to the governor which includes the early completion of Newland Chukumadia Road, immediate upgradation of the present community health center to a district hospital, setting up of a government college, upgradation of the present State Bank of India and setting up of a fire and emergency service.
Efforts are on by the state government and also by the central government to rationalize the manpower of the various government departments, and very soon adequate personnel will be posted to all the district offices.
Manipur State Governor Anusuya Uki said that an all communities meeting will be soon held at the Raj Bhavan to discuss the prevailing situation for restoring peace in the state. During her visit at the relief camp opened at the Naurem Birahari College, Kundrakapan in Imphal East District, the governor said violence will bring no solution and all have to shun violence. She said only a meaningful dialogue will bring an amicable solution to the present crisis in the state. Uki further appealed to all communities and stakeholders to come forward for talks and to cooperate with the government in its efforts for bringing about normalcy and peace in Manipur. The governor further added that more than 60,000 security personnel have been deployed to the state. In Manipur, Justice Ajay Lamba, retired Chief Justice Guwahati High Court, who is also the chairman of the Commission of Inquiry of the Communal Violence in Manipur, visited various relief camps of displaced people at Urup OBC Girls Hostel and Sports Hostel No. 2, Human Lampak in Imphal East District. The Justice interacted with the inmates of the relief camps. Lamba also visited the relief camp at Mekola Gulab Higher Secondary School in Imphal West District and interacted with them. The interaction with the displaced people was in connection with the general process of inquiry, and he sought full cooperation from the inmates during the process in order to expedite the inquiry. Lamba also appealed to everyone in the relief camps to join hands in bringing about peace and normalcy in the state. Mizoram Rajya Sabha MP K. Venkalvena sent a letter to the 22nd Law Commission against the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code in the country. In his letter to the Member Secretary of the Law Commission, Khetrabasi Biswal, the Rajya Sabha MP mentioned that Article 371G was made for the distinctive protection and guidance of the state of Mizoram, and the article encompasses laws that protect the culture and religion of the state. He further highlighted how the UCC could be detrimental to the people of the state and also towards the privileges given to the state of Mizoram under Article 371G of the Indian Constitution. Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha said a surprise visit to the office of Sub-Divisional Magistrate Santir Bazar during the South Tripura district tour today. Taking to his Twitter handle, Saha interacted with the officers and the staff of the magistrate office and inquired about various services. Saha added that his government is committed to ensuring best citizen services after the last men of the society. In the India-West Indies Test cricket, India to resume its first innings at the overnight score of 312 for 2 against West Indies in Dominica today evening. Openers Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rohit Sharma slammed the centuries as India managed to draw a healthy lead by 162 runs over the West Indies. Debutant Yashasvi Jaiswal 143 and Virat Kohli 36 were at the crease at the end of the second day's play. In view of incessant rainfall across the country in various places, the India Meteorological Department Gangtok 2 issued red alert for Soreng and Gyalsing districts for Sikkim for today. Head of IMD Gangtok, Dr. G. N. Raha, informed that the state has registered 26% additional rainfall so far since 1st June this year. Meanwhile, continuous rainfall since last evening has affected normal life in the state. In the Mangan district, damages to livestock and houses have been reported in the Zongu area, while the Mangan-Chungtang, the stretch of National Highway 10, has been blocked due to multiple landslides. All tourism activities in the district have also been suspended due to road connectivity disruptions. Meghalaya government is planning to create around 1,000 homestays every year. This will help in generating employment in the tourism sector and will also help to create more tourism infrastructure in the state. Informing this, Meghalaya Tourism Minister Paul Lyngdoh said a loan agreement will be signed between the Government of India and the New Development Bank to fund the Meghalaya Eco-Tourism Infrastructure Development Program. Lyngdoh further added that locations of 13 institutions have been declared as a no honking zone.
Extra revenue through this project, through this loan agreement, we will be able to facilitate creation of new accommodation facilities.
In another story from the state, spokesperson of the MDA government, Paul Lyngdoh, yesterday said that the state government will examine the pros and cons through the feasibility study to bring railway line to East Jaintia Hills. Speaking to reporters, Lyngdoh said that the government had announced that they will conduct a feasibility study in which concerns of various groups would also be addressed.
Whether it will cause any imbalance in population and encourage illegal immigration. Those are core parameters that will ideally be part of this study.
Before we end the news, the headlines once again. ISRO successfully launches rocket carrying Chandrayaan-3 satellites from Sriharikota. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attends Bastille Day parade in Paris. Nagaland governor holds meeting with heads of departments for new land district upgradation. Justice Ajay Lamba visits and interacts with Manipur relief camp inmates. And in India-West Indies Test cricket, India to resume its first innings at the overnight score of 312 for 2. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.